My question is about a couple of things that you were saying earlier.
Hmm.
You were saying that for the live art shows that you launched it. I'm curious to know how that functions. And then the ancillary question to that is, are there additional costs to the marketing? For instance, for the social media
No,
platforms, are you
no,
encouraging
none of that.
spending on the,
None of that.
go ahead.
So there's a lot of lead generation activities that we advise early on that center around free print giveaways. Okay. And we've got a whole bunch of little tips and tricks and such like that. Early on, that's the only marketing expense you have is the cost of the prints shipped and delivered. It's can be extremely inexpensive if you want to do it on paper print. Some people like to step it up to certain canvas, metal, acrylic, whatever, case by case basis. But you're not ready to spend any money on advertising at all until you have the aforementioned marketing muscles in place, because you'll never see an ROI out of the ads until you do. You also need to build up a big enough audience, because the ads that we have you start running only goes to a warm audience, not a cold audience. Warm meaning they're on your email list, or they've visited your Facebook, your Instagram account, or they've come to your website, all those types of things. So there's no expenses early on. And then in terms of the live art shows, what do you mean when you asked me if we started them? Is that what you said? We started them?
Well, you said you launched it. You were saying that we had just launched this last night, and you were showing one of the
Oh
YouTube
yeah, yeah, yeah,
videos
yeah.
for,
So
yeah.
so
So
that
that's what
sort
I'm
of
curious to
speaks.
know.
Yeah. So what I was sort of speaking to is our process. What makes us so different is I lead a team within the company called the GMV team, and our sole goal is GMV is gross merchandise value. It's the sum total of everything that's sold on our customers' websites. In big picture, find out who's selling the most and see if there's anything that they're doing that we can teach everybody else, right? And so we got really, really heavily into streaming before the pandemic hit. And so we got really, really good at it, knowing all the software, all the bells, all the whistles, right? Like, why I can move myself here and do all that nonsense, right? So we figured all that out. Then instantaneously we started running some of these things, and then the results were really good. So, I have my go-to customers that have been friends for a long time, and we have access to everything. So we always start with them, right? Like I already have access to all their Facebook, Instagram, email, all theirs. So we run one. And it's like, holy crap, those results are insane. Now go find another customer, and let's just make sure that it wasn't that customer and their social following and their art. Let's see if you can duplicate it. So then we duplicate it again, and it's like, okay, now we're on the track.
You
Now,
mentioned that.
now go pick 20 customers and get better and better and better and better and better at it. And the whole while we're building the playbook, what you need to do step by step for everyone in the company that wants to just follow along on their own and do it. And we're just getting better and better and better at it. And then we also have an in-house agency. And so in some cases, we offer it as a service, because it's sort of, it's kind of like the Wizard in the Oz. There's somebody on stage, and then you have to have somebody pulling behind the curtain doing the rest of the work. So yeah, there's that. But the larger point was, I got to watch this whole thing breaking. And like all technology, how long has video been around? Long time. How long is streaming to the socials been around? Actually a long time. But it had its moment in the sun right when the pandemic hit, because everyone was at home so much. And how many different TV shows did you watch? I don't know if you're into sports or what you're into, where like the anchors are not going into the studio because of COVID.
Oh yeah,
And so
like
they
I've watched the entire Amazon and Netflix catalog. I'm sure by far a few
yeah,
times.
no one in the video commerce world has the whole damn thing figured out yet. How to take payment, what's the
Right.
best way to do it, and the whole world is figuring it out in concert, right? There are Amazon's basically opened up its platform to QVC style, meaning you can go into Amazon, say I want to be a personality that sells Amazon stuff, and have your own QVC show. No joke, like QVC, selling products directly from Amazon. Facebook is starting to integrate right now early on with makeup companies and like kitschy type of items like that, where the influencers come on and they're selling them and Facebook's taking payments directly, right? And there's video commerce platforms springing up here, there, everywhere else. My point is, it's the future. I know this conclusively 100%. Our results are bearing it out times 1,000. And what separates us from everyone else is we're the only ones that are doing one after another, after another, after another on just how to sell art or photography. So based on practice, reps and sets, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? We're gonna beat everyone else. We're gonna beat everyone else.
Okay. So this leads me to a question that I was triggered with when you were talking. I mean,
Mm-hmm,
all of this is actually it's. I was looking at one point at funnel marketing, and I'm
mm-hmm,
curious to know, because you were talking about giving away something for free on the front end.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
How is this connected to that kind of philosophy with funnel marketing? And the reason I'm asking that
mm-hmm.
is because I found it interesting. I was reading a book about that, and they were saying, well, there are three categories that you can that exist in the world, and you need to figure out what your part is. And I was looking at it, and I kept trying to think. I'm like, I don't think I have a category here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it fits within one of those three definitions. I think it was outside of it for whatever reason.
Yeah, I
But the
mean,
thing that I noticed,
all
go ahead.
marketing is funnel marketing. All of it is.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
all of it is straight up, full stop at the end of the day. Like, where everyone goes wrong in art and photography is everyone fundamentally understands the nature of the sale. What they think the sale is I advertise my art, I have it on sale, discount, sale ends 24 hours, 48 hours a week, whatever. And that there's a whole bunch of people out there in the audience that don't know it, that are just ready to buy art at that moment. Nothing could be further than the truth. They want to know you. They want to know who you are. They want to follow you for a little while. And then when they're ready, they're going to buy art. And so, I look at all the rest of the courses and the gurus and everyone else out there talking about how you can use Facebook ads and this and that and the other. And it's like, you are so full of crap. Okay. That is not the way that art sells. It's not like these other items that are on Instagram or Facebook where you are legitimately on the couch flipping with your thumb and you're like, oh my gosh, that's the best pair of shorts I've ever seen. I can spill something on it and they don't get wet. I need that. Right? That is not art or photography. Yeah. That's not the way art or photography sells. Like you get, I can light my barbecue with a blowtorch. I need that. Like, no.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
No.
All these things that this is another thing with the pandemic. I've been inundated with those thoughts. Actually, I found some really cool shit.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay. But guess what?
Right.
You didn't buy any photography or art, did you? No one did. Anyone else?
How do you see this changing? How do you see this changing now that the pandemic is ending? It's summertime. People are going to be out. They're going to be. Do you see a downtrend in that kind of buying, or do you see that that's going to remain stable or even increase?
TBD. You just never know.
Right.
No one's got a crystal ball, and I can't speculate. I mean, I would say what I'm the most bullish on is short term, the fact that no one's had anything to spend any money on, and all of a sudden they're out and about, and now they can spend their money. And so you see restaurants exploding, bars, all the rest. Fine, fantastic, great. But the trend of not going back to work full time, that looks like that's going to be with us for a while. That doesn't look like it's changing.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
The trend of leaving these urban cities and going to the suburbs, that looks like it's going to be with us for a while, right? The trend of increased home buying, that looks like it's going to be with us for a little while. Lumber shortages and all the rest of the home prices exploding. So if that's the case, more and more wall space is being created that your products can go on, and that's exciting.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks for the answering me twice today. I appreciate it.
No, you can. No problem. That's what we're here for. What's up, YouTube? Thanks for checking out the Q&A. What if you have your own question? First, you can leave me a comment below on this YouTube video. I see them. I will respond. Number two, definitely encourage you to subscribe. It's very easy to do. There's some fancy motion graphics going across the screen now, but there's a subscribe button. There's a bell button. You'll know when we're live. You can come on and say, Patrick, I have a question, even from your YouTube app, which is super handy. And then the third is 3 times weekly, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, free Zoom calls. We call them the Art Business Workshops. There's going to be a link directly below me in this description. You can sign up. They're free. You can come answer your question, which I'm sure will be awesome. And I will do my measure best to make sure my advice is slightly better than marginal. No, but in all seriousness, I'll take a crack at answering it. Thanks for checking out this video.